Polestar 3 electric SUV could rival Tesla Model X in 2022. Described as a premium performance all-electric SUV, the new Polestar 3 comes with a lot of good tidings for EV fanatics and an equal amount of threat to the other cars in its category. But does it have enough in its tank? Oh, my bad. It doesn't run on fuel. But does it have enough grit in its belly to go toe-to-toe with the Tesla Model X? Join us as we place the Polestar 3 electric SUV side by side with Tesla's Model X and ask, which has the better exterior and interior? Which has the better powertrain? Can the Polestar 3 match the Tesla Model X in a race? What's the price difference between them? And finally, just before we call it a day, we'll be telling you which one to buy. The SUV segment is viewed as one of the most money-spinning categories for car manufacturers who are always keen to milk out every ounce of profit they can derive from their products. Quite a number of these automakers are tuning things up by adding electric powertrains to SUVs, and Polestar, despite being a relatively small company, is determined to go this route with an electric SUV of its own. Polestar's ambition seems to have skyrocketed since it was bought over by Chinese brand Geely Holdings, the same company that owns Volvo. Last year, while presenting a Polestar 3 prototyped wrapped camo to investors, the automaker seized the opportunity to reveal its business blueprint for the next 3 years. This includes going public later in the first 6 months of 2022 and introducing a new model every year within the time frame. The carmaker will also embark on some aggressive global growth campaign that will see its annual car sales jump tenfold from 29,000 in 2021 to 290,000 by 2025. That's quite a dream. To bring it to fruition, though, Polestar must strive to achieve 80% of all that's written in its 3-year business plan. And to do this, the automaker would have to leverage on the facilities and engineers owned by Volvo and Geely. We see Polestar heading in that direction already. The Polestar 3 will, for obvious reasons, be built on the next-generation scalable product architecture platform, better known as the SPA2. Sources around the Geely Volvo family confirm that Volvo's all-new XC90 will be built on the same platform too. Unsurprisingly, both models will be assembled at Volvo's revamped car manufacturing plant in South Carolina. We will build in America for Americans. Polestar CEO Thomas Ingenlath said, Polestar 3 is planned to launch in 2022 as a premium electric performance SUV that will define the look of SUVs in the electric age. It will also be the first Polestar vehicle to be built in America. However, we have it on good account that the Polestar 3 will also be built for the European market at Geely's facility in Chengdu, China. In what could be interpreted as a soft warning to its competitors, Thomas Ingenlath maintained that Polestar is not a newbie to the car manufacturing environment. We are not a virtual company waiting to build factories and sell cars. We are an actual company already building and selling cars around the world, adding that the automaker has 2 award-winning cars in 14 global markets. Polestar also has plans to expand into 30 global markets by 2023. Surely that has to count for something, but is it enough to go head-on against the Tesla Model X? Let's find out. Exterior and interior. While the Polestar 3 will share a lot of similarities and components with Volvo's next-generation XC90, the former will be distinctively different in terms of design. According to Polestar's design director Max Missoni, the Polestar 3 would take a lot of body style cue from Polestar's eye-catching electric sedan, the Precept. We got to see a glimpse of what to expect when Polestar released eye-catching pictures of the Polestar 3. It was covered in camouflage clothing, but the T-shaped headlights, sleek roofline, and eye-catching wheel arches were glaring. We cannot help but acknowledge its slightly protruding fender as well. The Tesla Model X has a simplistic but elegant exterior design that's available in 5 different colors, including red, pearl white, solid black, gray metallic, and blue metallic. Regardless, we've got to admit that the Polestar 3 has a slight advantage over the Tesla Model X in this category. The Polestar 3 will be about drivability. It'll be about design and about offering something different, Polestar COO Jonathan Goodman says. Once we move to the interior, the Tesla Model X scores big and starts to show its undoubted quality. The cabin is lavishly spacious enough to accommodate up to 7 passengers. You can control the atmosphere within the vehicle with the tri-zone temperature controls, HEPA filtration, and ventilated front seats installed. A 17-inch ultra-responsive screen that supports in-car gaming is also installed. You almost get a feeling that the cabin of the Model X is a high-tech hub. Much hasn't been revealed about the interior of the Polestar 3. All we know now is that it will come with an Android-based infotainment system which will support features like Google Maps or Google Assistant. But whatever Polestar is planning to fit into its newest vehicle, we bet that it wouldn't be as tight enough to compete with the gadgets stuffed inside the Tesla Model X. So we're counting this round for the Model X. Engine and performance. Customers who purchase the Polestar 3 will have the luxury of picking between the single or dual motor powertrain options. The latter will support the all-wheel drive feature, but it will be mainly sold to consumers outside of the United States. For now, that's about everything we know about the Polestar 3. However, we expect that the new engine will outperform the powertrain in Polestar 2, which delivers 476 horsepower and 502 pound-feet of torque. Thankfully, the engine specifications for Tesla's Model X are not clouded in mystery. Similar to the Polestar 3, the Model X has 2 engine options: a dual-motor powertrain package which delivers 670 horsepower at peak, powering the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds. Peak power supply increases significantly to 1,020 horsepower with the Trio motor platform, and 0 to 60 is doable in 2.5 seconds. Both platforms support all-wheel drive, by the way. There's no competition here, to be honest. The Tesla Model X is undeniably the winner of this category. Can the Polestar 3 match the Tesla Model X in a race? This is hard to tell really because we haven't seen the Polestar 3 take to the tracks. Based on the powertrain specifications though, the Tesla Model X has a more sophisticated engine. If there's ever a foot race between both cars, we expect the Model X to embarrass the Polestar 3. Here's another win for Tesla Model X. Right before we discuss the price difference and tell you which one you'd choose, if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. What's the price difference between them? Nothing is cast in stone yet, but we expect the Polestar 3 to have a starting price of around $71,000, selling for over $100,000. The price range for the Model X is much higher. Which one should you buy? We've arrived at the all-important decisive point. While the Tesla Model X offers more power, tech features, and efficient performance, the Polestar 3 isn't far behind, added to the fact that it's quite affordable compared to the Model X. Realistically, you wouldn't exactly need a peak power of over 1,000 horsepower. Well, except you're being chased by your shadow. So if you're on a modest budget, we recommend the Polestar 3. However, if you have some extra bucks to spare, there's no harm in buying the Model X and all the fun features that come with it. Whether you're talking about cars, SUVs, or even trucks, Tesla is the unchallenged leader of the EV industry at the moment. We expect the status quo to remain as it is in the near future. However, with automakers like Polestar stepping up their game and setting their eyes on bigger goals, we can expect to see them stage a proper challenge against Tesla. Beginning from its newest automobile introduction, Polestar will join the fastest growing list of Tesla's EV competitors. And it's great news for the customer because they'll have more options to choose from. The entry level will be greatly reduced as well, and the gas emission rate will drop significantly. But before then, let's ask your opinion about the Polestar 3 and Tesla Model X. Which would you rather have? Are you excited by Polestar's revival? Do you think the Polestar 3 stands a chance against Tesla's Model X? Please leave your answers in the comment section below. Be sure to check out these videos currently being displayed on your screen.